If you want to know the fastest way to get the highest tier of Ancient Weapon Fragments, to easily craft God tier Artian weapons, or draw with the best decorations for your builds, even after the latest update, you are in the right place. I've spent dozens of hours refining and optimizing these updated methods so I can present you with the fastest and most efficient ways to farm crazy amounts of decorations and weapon fragments without wasting your precious time. The Nightflower method is still one of the best or the best methods in the game. I came up with even better methods compared to my previous guide, which many of you loved and supported. In fact, I'm seeing better hourly results even after the recent changes. All of the methods in this guide were tested over and over to prove their effectiveness, and I will even provide proof later on for your peace of mind. After the last update, one big change applied to the Nightflower method aside from the resting cost mentioned is force closing the game will not force the moon to be in full cycle. In a sense, we just reverted back to the intended design of the Nightflower, which spawns at full moon. We are now required to rest 6 times in total, so we can force the game time to be in full cycle. It looks terribly bad on paper, especially since the resting cost now is 500 guild points per rest, but actually, it doesn't change the method that much, and it is actually better now, as I mentioned. Some of you will say, "Hey Samurai, are you crazy? How is this even better in any way?" To answer this question, in the past, we are only focused on how fast we can complete each run. But we haven't taken into consideration that resting over and over takes a lot of time and costs way too many guild points as well to reset the shop and exchange as many tickets as we can. But now, since we are required to reset a minimum of 6 times in a row to summon a full moon, you can exchange tickets or more items while doing so. You're actually doing yourself a favor with these resets. Additionally, no need to hard reset the game, which takes time as well, especially for people who have low-end system. But the banger is you can now exchange up to 2 golden tickets with Wyvern coins. Add the one you get from Seka, and you can have a potential 3 golden tickets instead of gold tickets in the past. And you can exchange a lot of bowling tickets as well if you want to clear that content fast. Learning how to spawn the full moon is another story, and it is important for you to learn how to do this so you can farm the runs effectively. So there are 7 moon phases in this game, and each phase can be skipped by resting as we know it. As you log into the game, rest under plenty and evening. Wait for the moon to spawn and track where your current cycle is. You only need to do this one, and I'll say that again, you only need to do your moon cycle once and you will not do this again, assuming you won't lose track of it. For example, I do have this cycle 1 moon on this recording, which I know judging from the moon's appearance and by checking my moon chart here. Screenshot this on your end so you will have a copy, since tracking the moon phase can be confusing without this. Since I am at cycle 1, I will count how many times I need to rest to be in full cycle. In this case, that's a total of 6 rest periods costing 3,000 guild points. I will now go back to the Scarlet Forest base camp or to any camp near me and rest 6 times in a row. Once I rested 6 times, I am now sure that I am already at full moon cycle even without waiting for the moon and confirm it visually. So now that you know how to summon a full moon, I have updated my farming build based on our Lord Scriby's suggestion. Basically wearing sealed hood and coat and Azuz pants will give you Forager's Luck, which spawns rare gathering points. Following this setup will give you level 4 Botanist and level 3 Geologist. Slot a Ranger Jewel 1 on any of the slots you prefer to get the Outdoorsman skill just in case you need it for later use. You can also add Truffle Dukonga to your meals to acquire the skill of Gatherer Meal. Once again, I'm showing the required campsite for the latest methods. Take the time to set them up first, as it will save you a lot of time and headaches later on. And I have changed a lot of campsites here compared to my old methods, especially in Scarlet Forest. Moving on to the top 3 spot, which is the Nightflower AFK farming, which I have also covered in my previous guide. This method is again for players, especially parents or young professionals like me who don't have a lot of time but want to have at least progress on their accounts by farming passively. Step 1 is summoning the full moon by following the steps I've shown you. Now, I always check my current full moon cycle by heading to Area 18, Treetop Hill campsite in Scarlet Forest, so I can clearly see what cycle I am in. Like for example, I logged into the game and waited for the moon and gave me this cycle. Judging from my chart, this phase of the moon is in cycle 1. So this will take me 6 rests in total to access the full moon, and I will show you exactly how I'm going to do it. You can rest in Scarlet Forest base camp or in this area. Starting the process now, and I will now rest for the first time. Then second, third, fourth, fifth, and the 6th time. You can see that in every rest, the cycle goes on. After doing 6 rests in total, I know that I'm already at full moon cycle. So the next step is waiting for the flower to spawn. And yes, we will be harvesting the night flowers in Scarlet Forest from now on. Nothing changes compared to our previous AFK methods aside from the location and resting method. It will take 7 minutes and 30 seconds or so for the flower to bloom just like in the old method. Gather the first flower in Area 18, Treetop Hill Campsite, which is just behind your camp. Then fast travel to Area 14, Southwest Campsite, and climb the nearby vines to access the upper area and gather the second flower for this run. Step 3 is resetting the farm by resting 6 times in total since we are still under a full moon cycle. We are going to do it in Scarlet Forest Base Camp, so you do have a chance to exchange rewards per reset, but do this quickly. After resting 6 times, you can go back to Area 18 and wait for the flower to bloom once again. Rinse and repeat. In terms of clear times, resting 6 times didn't affect the process that much since we don't have to force close the game and that takes time as well. Each run lasts around 11 minutes to 15 seconds with loading times included and all of the resets. Very close to the old farming duration. If you're going to check the rewards on each reset, you can expect around 12 minutes and 30 seconds for each run. Each run can give you 2 pollens and a potential 1 to 3 golden tickets. In terms of hourly gain and depending on your luck, you can be lucky and get between 11 to 14 tickets, maybe more depending on how many Ancient Wyvern coins you have. The hourly rate gains haven't changed that much even after needing to rest 6 times, since you can now exchange up to 2 golden tickets to Gaudy Gog, so that compensates as well for the reset times. The second method on this list is Basin Coin method, which will require the player to farm a targeted spot in the basin and farm respawning crabs. Like for example, assuming you just log into the game. The moon is on cycle 1 and you can confirm this after checking the moon chart. So I need to rest 6 times again to be under a full moon cycle. Once the resting process is done, head to Oil Whale Basin, Area 14, Mining Cave. After fast traveling, do a 180-degree turn and get the potential crab here. Jump onto the lower area and access the nearby tunnel leading to the Wyvern Milk area and get the crab here. To respawn this crab, exit the basin and re-enter it by going into the nearby exit. Then head to the previous crab location and get the crab once again. Do this over and over, but make sure to track your time spent here because you can remember my suggested time in all of our runs is 7 minutes and 30 seconds for you to not miss the flower spawning. I will be skipping the run here as it is very jarring to watch. Counting 7 minutes and 30 seconds when you started this run from your camp, head back to Scarlet Forest, Area 14, Southwest. Head to the location of the first flower that I just showed you in the previous method and gather the first flower. Fast travel back to Area 18, Treetop Hill, to get the last flower for this run. Step 4 is resetting the run by resting 6 times again since we are currently at full moon while having the option to exchange rewards in the process. We do have the same clear times in all of the methods here, is dependent on the flower spawn, but in terms of Wyvern coin farming, you can expect around 11 to 15 Wyvern coins per run and 2 pollens as well. This spot can be potentially the highest yielding spot in terms of coins per run since the location is pretty consistent, giving you 55 to 75 coins per hour. But the main issue is, this spot can be pretty jarring because of the loading times, but it is what it is. If you are getting value so far, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video and engaging in the comments helps me a lot. Join our Discord server and discuss role-playing games such as this, and I appreciate your support. I firmly believe that the best method to farm Nightflowers overall is my previous optimized coin farming route and pollen gathering. I made a lot of changes compared to my original method to maximize Wyvern coin gains per hour. You can also get a lot of raw materials if you are fast enough when doing this method. For this example, the moon is on cycle 1, so we need 6 rests in total once again. After spawning the full moon, head to Windward Plains Area 6, Viley Hideaway Campsite. Then do a 180-degree turn and get your first crab for this run. Head to Area 14, Groundwater Vein Campsite for the next location. And head to your left while mounted on your sacred and get the second crab along the way. Dive into the nearby water section to get a possible 2 Wyvern coins here. But I'm starting to hate this spot and it never spawns the coin for me at all during in all of my runs. So I will not count this specific spot in our total coin gains. Moving on, fast travel to Basin and Area 14, Mining Cave. Do a 180-degree turn and get the crab near the tunnel exit. It didn't spawn here, but here's the clip showing it actually spawns. Head to the lower ground and enter the nearest tunnel leading to the Wyvern Milk section. Get the crab near the basin's main entrance. We will be spawning this crab twice to get more coins while not spending too much time here. This is a short version of the previous method that I just showed you. Remember, just spawn it twice or don't spawn it at all. Head to the next location by accessing Area 8, Gap in the Rubble, Campsite, and Ruins of Wyveria. Get the crab near the campsite that is sitting next to the pile of bones. Moving on to the next location, which is Area 18 Sinkhole in Ice Shard Cliffs. Jump from your secret and access the nearby hole beside your camp and find another crab at the end of the tunnel exit. Go ahead and fast travel to Area 15, Upper Corridor, and navigate the long spiral staircase and capture the crab at the end of the stairs. Scarlet Forest will be our last location for the coin runs to ensure that Nightflower spawns later on. Fast travel and access Area 6, Flowering Rocks Campsite. Do a 180-degree turn to find another crab that did not spawn here, but here's a clip of the crab spawning in this location. Head to your left and face your back against the pool. Use the grappling technique to get the Wyvern Coin and Glass Algae in this area. After getting the Wyvern Coins and Glass Algae, fast travel to Area 16, Hidden Waterfall Campsite, and head to the nearby Woodwood Hideout. Get the crab sitting under the hanging beds. Then fast travel to Area 8, Underground Lake Campsite, and get the crab near the campsite. Head to the other side of the area and grapple the Ancient Weapon Coin on the far side of the cave. After doing so, head outside the cave. You will soon find a series of vines to let you access the upper area. Climb on it and get another Wyvern Coin on top of it. Then navigate the series of vines near you to access the next area we need to be in. Be careful not to fall here or else you'll be wasting time. Notice that it is getting dark, nearing the flower spawn. After reaching the other side of the area, head to the hidden cave behind the nearest waterfall and dive into the water section. This is actually my favorite part of the run. Get the Wyvern Coin and Glass Algae while navigating the area quickly. For step 6, it is time for the exciting part. Fast travel to Area 14, Southwest Campsite, and access the upper area by climbing through the nearby vines, just like in the previous methods that I just showed you. Get the first pollen for this run. And after doing so, head to Area 18, Treetop Hill, to get the next pollen. The last step will be fast traveling to Scarlet Forest Base Camp and checking Nata for possible golden tickets. Then for you to reset the run, resting 6 times will do the job, and it is up to you if you want to exchange rewards in between. Each run lasts around 11 minutes and 15 seconds to 12 minutes and 30 seconds with loading times and resting times included. Get 2 pollens and possibly 12 to 16 Wyvern Coins per run and a lot of Glass Algae. So in an hour of consistent run, expect 9 to 10 pollens, 11 to 14 golden tickets, 55 to 75 Wyvern Coins, and a lot of weeds, especially if you follow the farming build that I suggested. For the skeptics out there, I've linked a raw and uncut video of this method where I show 3 complete cycles to farm pollens effectively. Link in the description or click the card here. So how does this Nightflower Pollen method fare in comparison with the latest hunts that we have? You can still encounter quests that can reward 10 pieces of decorations or even a quest that provides 14 Ancient Weapon Fragments. But it can be inconsistent at times because of the high demand and runs are usually getting full, potentially wasting time. And not to mention, these dual high-level monsters quests usually last around 7 to 15 minutes, maybe more depending on how the entire party will perform, and the latest Zoshia quest runs usually take around 7 minutes to 30 minutes. But of course, you are doing this to farm monsters materials and not solely for decorations and weapon fragments. So depending on your current situation, availability, and preference, determine the best methods for you. Don't forget that optimized night falling farming only requires 11 minutes and 30 seconds as well, with no little to no failing quest factors compared to the high-level hunting method. So depending on your needs, the night fallen or the high-level hunting can be the best in the game. However, if you want to know how to craft the best versions of artisan weapons after getting all of those materials, this video is for you and I will catch you on the next one.